Hi everybody, welcome to One Tough Question, a regular segment where we ask folks at LSA one tough question as selected by you, our audience. My name is Selena Jorder and I graduated last year, Go Victors 2018, and I'm a College Connections Coordinator with LSA. Today I'm here with Dr. Angela Dillard, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Education and champion of all things transfer students.
Thanks.
Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to leave in the comments where you're hailing from, and also allowing you to tag a friend if you think they might enjoy this, or ask any other questions you might have about transferring to U of M. All right, Angela, are you ready to jump in?
I'm ready.
Okay, Angela, so our one tough question, as selected by our audience about transferring to Michigan is, will I really fit in as a transfer student at U of M?
Oh, tough from one point of view, but not so tough from another point of view. So all students who are thinking about transferring to Michigan, who are going through orientation, going through the admissions process, almost all of them tend to be really worried that they're not going to fit in, either socially or academically, that they're not going to be able to make friends and to kind of find their community of people on campus. They're worried about leaving home. Some people for the first time, for transfer students, even they kind of worry about the move here to Ann Arbor and to our campus. So the good news is, welcome to the club. Everybody feels that way when they get here, but most people find that once they're on campus, they start to relax into it. They start to hook up with resources, which is really important. And for transfer students, LSA is really happy to be in partnership with and support of a program called Transfer Connections, which is in the Office of New Student Programs. And they run a lot of different programs for transfer students that are about making those connections with the campus, making connections to faculty, and making connections to each other. So part of my favorite thing that they do is the peer mentor program. So incoming transfer students are paired with someone who's been here a while. They know the ropes, but they're a near peer, and that they can help to smooth the transition and to get people connected to resources, to clubs, and to academic resources of all kinds.
That's great. I mean, I think mentorship is a big thing that we talk about because it's just so nice to have a peer that you feel like you can talk to.
That's right.
So beyond the specific programming that you have for transfer students, can you talk a little bit more about some of the resources that LSA offers all students, but that transfer students can really take advantage of to maximize their time in LSA?
Absolutely. So Transfer Connections is over at the Office of New Student Programs, which is more of a central office, and then here in LSA, there are a number of things that we do and that we've created with transfer students and their particular needs in mind. Some of those resources are over at the Noonan Center for Advising, which does a lot of our general advising for the college. But there are people there who have a long history of working with transfer students. They can answer transfer credit evaluation questions. They can guide people into majors, since most transfer students are going to start right into their major in a department. We also have a really great suite of resources through the Lsa Opportunity Hub, which is a fairly recent venture for the college, and it's designed to help all of our students maximize their time here at LSA and to make sure that they graduate with everything that a liberal arts education has to offer. And for transfer students, because they come here with a little less time than incoming students, they're going to have really important questions right away about getting internships, thinking about doing study abroad, starting to think about career preparation, coaching, getting resumes in order, making those kinds of connections with alumni, a lot of whom were transfer students themselves, like you, right? So they're really excited about working with the transfer student population. And then the last thing that I'll mention is with the LSA extension off the building, which is under construction now and opening in January 2020, there's going to be a transfer student center designed with the needs of transfer students in mind. A lot of them don't live on campus but live nearby, or they commute. So it has things like lockers and places where you can store your stuff. It has refrigerators where you can leave your lunch. Comfy furniture so that you can relax and hang out. And then a lot of resources that our student recruitment office and our transfer team have been putting together. So those will be in the center. Their offices are right nearby. And the best thing is that it's right here at the heart of the college. And that we think, kind of locating a transfer student center here in the LSA building with us, really reflects our commitment to transfer students and being as transfer friendly and transfer receptive as possible.
I love that. It'll set them right in the heart of campus before, they kind of get situated. So now, thanks to Angela for answering our One Tough question so beautifully. We'd love to know if you have any other questions for us. So please just comment below and we'll ask Angela to answer each in turn. So let's see, it looks like we have one already. So Angela, I have to imagine this comes from the idea that, a lot of the students who are transferring in are coming from community colleges. Right. So will you tell me if there's anything special LSA is doing or with any of the transfer programming to help community college students really transition nicely into LSA?
That's a great question. So a lot of transfer students come from other four-year institutions. A significant number are international students who transfer. And a growing part of the population are students who transfer from community colleges. And that's a really interesting population of students to work with. And in LSA, we've been experimenting on things that help those students in particular build bridges and pathways to the college. So one project that I've worked a lot on, and it's been really exciting, it's funded by the Mellon Foundation, is to work with local community colleges in the state of Michigan. So we've been working with Henry Ford Community College. We've been working with Grand Rapids Community College. And it's designed to create bridges for transfer students into humanities departments in the college. And so that's been really great to work on. It's got a lot of curricular components. We use summer research experiences. We also use co-curricular experiences with a group called Optimize, which is a really wonderful student organization that helps students support their own social innovation projects, entrepreneurship projects. So they've been sending out teams to campuses at community colleges to make connections there. And to help people figure out how best to transfer here to LSA, and then to become a bridge themselves, so that even in community colleges, people start to learn about the curriculum, to have research opportunities, to work with Optimize, to make the transfer process easier. And that means once they transfer and they're here on campus, they already have a community of people who they're connected to and that they know well.
That's exciting, and I like how it makes it so accessible. So it looks like we have another question, and this one I think will be our last. This is a good one. Angela, tell me, with students deciding if they should transfer to U of M, what would you tell somebody as to why they should come here instead of someplace else?
So we recognize that transfer students, like incoming first-year students, have a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of great institutions, and my answer to that question is always, let us tell you why you should be here, right? Let us make the case. So we think we can make a strong case when it comes to a quality education in the liberal arts, an education that's going to prepare students to come here and then go anywhere, do anything. We think that we can offer a lot of support, not only academically and with top programs in the nation, but also socially in terms of a community, and then in terms of resources. So I get to work as Associate Dean with lots of teams of people dedicated to creating first-class resources that are really focused on the needs of students, as a population and then individually. So I think kind of my last way of answering that question is, resources, 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 and the team, the team, the team.
Absolutely. I interview a lot of transfer students, and they always appreciate when U of M takes an approach of, how can we help you maximize your experience here instead of taking a deficit approach.
That's right.
And I think that that's what all of this programming really helps students do, is get excited and really get the most out of their education. So
that's right. And we always say to our own transfer students, if there's something that we're not doing, let us know and we'll figure it out. Well,
thank you, Angela. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Should you have any additional questions, feel free to comment and we'll do our best to respond via DM. And we hope you'll tune in next time. Thanks so much, and go Blue.
Thanks.